floor to the distinguished representative of Pakistan.
Madam President, at the outset, my delegation would like to express our appreciation to the Secretary General for his comprehensive report on agenda item, A Culture of Peace. This report was requested by the resolution on the promotion of interreligious and intercultural dialogue, understanding and cooperation for peace, sponsored by the Philippines and Pakistan. The resolution this year emphasizes that virtues of peace, harmony, and cooperation and brotherhood are common denominators of all faiths, cultures, and civilizations. We remain committed to the promotion of a culture of peace nationally as well as globally. Madam President, Pakistan is a pluralistic, multicultural, and multi-ethnic society. Our founding father declared that religion, caste, or creed of a citizen has nothing to do with the business of the state. A prime example of Pakistan's policy is the initiative taken by Prime Minister Imran Khan to open the Kartarpur Sahib corridor between India and Pakistan. This has enabled the Sikh community from India and across the world to visit one of their holiest sites without any visa requirements. Madam President, unfortunately, we seem to be trapped in the echo chambers of hate speech, supremacist ideologies, neo-fascist beliefs, bigotry, intolerance, and xenophobia. Anti-Semitism has resurfaced. Even more pervasive is the phenomena of Islamophobia. Madam President, after 9/11, the war on terror turned virtually into a war on Islam. The pernicious equation of Islam with terrorism has justified discrimination against Muslim individuals, communities, and entire nations. It has justified a series of foreign invasions in the Muslim world. It has also justified denial of justice and self-determination to the Palestinian and Kashmiri peoples. Today, Islamophobia, Madam President, has assumed a deadly dimension in India. The mothership of the governing BJP is the RSS, a fascist organization created almost 100 years ago. Its founder, Golwalkar, endorsed Hitler's aim to purify the Aryan race by eliminating the Jews. He advocated similar cleansing of Muslims and other minorities from India's Aryan Hindu population. RSS gangs of violent thugs organize and behave like Hitler's brown shirts. It was a RSS member who assassinated Mahatma Gandhi. In 1992, a RSS-led mob destroyed the historic Babri Mosque in Ayodhya. Only last month, the Indian Supreme Court handed over the mosque site to those very people who had destroyed it in order to build a Hindu temple. In 1992 also, thousands of Muslims were killed in Mumbai, then known as Bombay, by a Hindu extremist mobs. There is considerable evidence that in 2002, Mr. Modi, a lifelong member of the RSS, as Chief Minister of Gujarat, orchestrated the massacre of 2,000 Muslim men, women, and children. The chilling slogan heard at RSS rallies is, and I'll say it in Hindi, Musalman ka Ekistan hai, Kabristan ya Pakistan, which means the only place for a Muslim is the graveyard or Pakistan. The BJP RSS is already implementing the plan for ethnic cleansing across several parts of India. In Assam, 2 million Muslims and Christians have been arbitrarily stripped of their Indian nationality. Thousands are being held in concentration camps. This new nationality registration is to be applied across India. Only yesterday, the Indian Parliament passed a patently anti-Muslim law called the Citizenship Amendment Bill, which envisions granting citizenship to all in India except the Muslims. Muslims are being indiscriminately killed across India with complete impunity by Hindu cow vigilantes and extremists. Indian journalists, the electronic and print media, and even opposition politicians have been intimidated and coerced into either silence or even worse, collaboration. Madam President, the BJP RSS has now decided to impose what they themselves call a final solution for Jammu and Kashmir, unashamed of their choice of this ominous phrase. After abolishing the legislative structures in occupied Kashmir and imposing direct rule from New Delhi, the BJP RSS government on 5 August changed 2 articles in the Indian Constitution to eliminate Jammu and Kashmir's special and autonomous status, divided the state into 2 territories, and removed the prohibition on outside settlers with the aim of transforming it from a Muslim majority state into a Hindu majority territory. Under the relevant provisions of the UN Security Council resolutions, these measures are null and void. Madam President, anticipating a popular Kashmiri revolt, India added 180,000 troops to the already 700,000 stationed in occupied Kashmir before 5th August. A round-the-clock curfew and complete communications blackout was imposed. Thousands of Kashmiri political leaders and activists, including 2 former chief ministers, were arrested. After 130 days, Madam President, Kashmir remains in lockdown. Since August 5, according to India's own data, an additional 4,000 political leaders, professionals, and activists have been arrested. Many have been transported to jails all over India. According to reports trickling out of occupied Kashmir, 20,000 men and boys have been captured and transported to prisons in various parts of India. Thousands of abducted young boys have been subjected to torture and other inhuman and degrading treatment. Often, the screams of tortured boys are broadcast over loudspeakers as an instrument of intimidation. Peaceful demonstrations have been brutally quelled with pellet guns, killing and maiming scores of Kashmiris. Madam President, we fear that Indian repression will intensify further. The Kashmiris will inevitably express their rage and rejection. Indian forces will, without doubt, respond with characteristic brutality. With good reason, Genocide Alert, a civil society organization, has warned of the danger of a genocide in occupied Kashmir. Madam President, India's actions are propelling South Asia towards catastrophe. To divert attention from its repression, India could launch another false flag operation to justify another aggression against Pakistan. The Indian Army Chief has repeatedly threatened war. He has spoken of the feasibility of fighting a limited war, I quote, limited war under the nuclear overhang, unquote. On 16 August, the Indian Defense Minister held out a thinly disguised nuclear threat against Pakistan. India has issued new maps which show both Indian-occupied and Pakistan-administered Kashmir, Jammu and Kashmir as part of India. India's ceasefire violations have also intensified. We have observed threatening Indian Army movements along the line of control in Kashmir in recent days. Madam President, Pakistan does not want war with India. But if India mounts another attack against Pakistan, we will respond vigorously and effectively. Madam President, it is high time for the international community to wake up to the clear and present danger and intervene to defuse this India-instigated crisis. The United Nations is a party to the Jammu and Kashmir dispute. It has an obligation to secure the implementation of the resolutions of the Security Council on Jammu and Kashmir. It has a responsibility to protect the fundamental human rights of the Kashmiri people, including their right to self-determination. We hope the world will act before it is too late for peace and too late for the thousands and perhaps millions of Kashmiris, Pakistanis, and Indians who may perish in a conflict. I thank you, Madam President.
I thank the distinguished representative of Pakistan.